Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of From Broken to Worlds, where I train my broken, busted up body and hopefully qualify for the 2027 World's Masters Highland Games Championship. It's been a minute since I've posted. Part of the reason was had some problems recording. One time my phone didn't charge. The plug kind of came out a bit, and the other time when I set it up, I pressed record, but then I must have pressed the record button again and turned off the recording and went through the whole workout without knowing I wasn't recording. But then I also got sick and got a cold or the flu, so I was off for a little while after that. So it's been a bit. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to call this episode, I think, on-ramping. So when you're sick and off for a bit, don't expect necessarily, especially if you're older like I am, to just jump back into where you left off. Maybe when I was 20, I could do something like that. But I can't do that now. So the on-ramping is I lift something that I know is fairly easy for me, and just go through the whole routine, the whole program with easier lifts. And that way your body gets used to the movements, especially for me, my joints. My muscles too, but it's mainly my joints. I want to work them through the full range of motion at lesser weight. So yeah, if you end up getting sick as I did and you are coming back, don't necessarily, you know your body better than I know your body, but at least for me, I don't look to jump right back in anymore. I look to slowly ramp myself into, it's kind of like merging into a freeway. You go down the on-ramp and you speed up as you try to match up with the speed of the traffic to merge on. Same sort of idea here, that you have to speed up, but this is part of the acceleration. So I'm going to go do this my next workout as well, very light, and then I'm going to, I guess you can say, go 3/4 for 2 workouts after that, and then I'll be hopefully back to where I left off, or something at least close to it. So that's, I think, a good way to approach coming off. Now I know that my in-season training will begin next month, and so this on-ramp, I'm not going to build too much strength from what I left off doing an on-ramp, but that's okay. Right now it's better to go into the season without incurring tweaks or injuries than it is to gain the little bit of strength I would have gained if I just went full bore into it when coming back. So that's the calculation, the old man calculation. And so that's just the way I think works best for me. It's the safest. Sometimes safe is good. And yeah, that's basically that. So I did my high pulls here. That was light as well. So everything form-wise went really well because everything was lighter. But one thing I do when I do lighter work like I am is I really try to focus on my form and get the form down. So when I start going heavier, I have that kind of background or that buildup of good form to doing these lifts. That's something to think about. One thing when you're doing even if it's a deload week or whatever, for whatever reason you're doing lighter weights, really focus on the form. Get the form well, get it locked in, and yeah, it should work out for you well. And these came up pretty good. I was pretty happy with how everything was moving. I find when I'm off for a bit, if I'm sick or whatever it happens to be, the first thing to go is not necessarily my strength, but my muscle endurance. I usually get quite tired by the end of the workout if I go back to the same weights that I left off with. So that's another thing to think about, why to do it lower intensity, lower weight, is so you don't get fatigued and your form starts breaking down. That might be just a me thing. I don't know if it'll be the same for you. But I still have some symptoms of my flu and cold. But it's a lot better. I'm not it's not holding me back. I don't know if you can hear that my nose is still kind of plugged a bit. That's just the way it's going to be. So for my accessories, since I had time, I did sort of my lat pull downs, and I supersetted that, which I didn't show the superset, but I supersetted that with my calf raises, my seated calf raises. But yeah, these lat pull downs, you can see it's not exactly a lat pull down. I have to get kind of maybe a little uncomfortably close to the cable tower, but it's almost like a lat pull down row combination, because I don't have the cable point doesn't come out. It's close to the post, and so I don't have that kind of angle, and plus it's not quite enough room for me to do the full stretch on the pull down. Now I could solve that problem with not using the bench, sitting on the floor, and I would have definitely a strong enough or long enough pull that I get a full stretch. That might help, but as you can see, even me getting up from the bench, I kind of got to think about it a bit and work my way up, as it were. And you can see here, so coming off the floor would be even worse. Maybe if I did a back roll or something, it would be better. I don't know. But yeah, so but it's okay to do a kind of a hybrid. You don't, for accessories, getting the perfect anything doesn't make or break your exercise. Now, of course, you want to get as best form and stuff, but this is just another exercise. It's not, I don't think it's any worse or better than an actual lat pull down. It's just a different exercise. It'd be nice to have the option to do a proper lat pull down, but since I don't got it. So this is the closest I simulate to chin-ups on my cable tower. So yeah, that's the end of this workout, folks. Have a blessed day.